Welcome back, everybody, to Advance Wars 2 with me, Daniel. Pleasure to have you back. Let's keep going for the third mission. Still very tutorial-y. If you saw the last video, I mentioned the first few missions were pretty tutorial-heavy. This is the last one where it really keeps holding your hand. And after this, we get to actually do things ourselves. Again, Flack's pretty dumb. Doesn't understand how microphones work. Bless him. Don't worry, it took me several hours to set this up, so I feel kind of stupid as well. I can relate. And then we've got kind of the two dim COs dealing with one another. You know, with such barbed comments like, you look like a gorilla and you sound like an ape. Very, very hard-hitting fare. I mean, it's, you know, the type of stuff they can get away with, I guess, in what they would, for ratings, consider a kid's game. Mission 3, Orange Dawn. Max is a hothead. We're just going to skip Nell talking there. She doesn't say anything of any interest at all. I'm going to talk about Max, please, Nell. Thank you. Alright, so Max was, in the original Advance Wars, was ludicrous, and they really, really hurt his stats. So, he has very, very much one dimension to his style of play. And it is direct combat units away. His indirect units not only have a 10% firepower penalty, but they also have a -1 to their maximum range, which makes artillery hilarious because it only has a range of 2. They're terrible. They're virtually unusable in a lot of situations. We're not going to be utilizing an indirect unit really in this map, although he does start with an infantry, which I think is kind of hilarious. But he gets a 20% attack bonus to every direct combat unit that is not infantry, which is still pretty good. I mean, he used to get a 50% buff to that in the first game, which was ridiculous. This is a lot more balanced. I actually don't really like playing as Max because I am a turtler. This is what happens when you play the computer a million times more than you used to play other human beings when you're younger. You start to kind of copy the computer's bad habits. And turtling is usually a bad idea. But I do it anyway. Is small power, max force, just increases direct power, direct combat unit power. Gives them 1 extra movement. I mean, it's okay. His max blast is just the same thing, but more of it. Gives him 2 extra movement and more firepower. Movement is very important in Advance Wars. I don't think this is as good as Andy's superpower by any stretch of the imagination. He only gets a -1 to movement, but he also gets 5 hit points worth of heal. And yes, he gets less attack bonus, but 5 hit points of heal is worth a lot of value. Anyway, I don't really enjoy playing Max all that much, although he's nice to play in a kind of brain-dead way. In a way. But alas, yes, we know what a battlecopter is. It's like a tank of the sky. 99% of combat in Advance Wars, you want to be the attacker. I know in the last mission with Sammy, I proved kind of the opposite for that in a few situations, but usually the attacker wins. So you want to be the one making the attack. Especially with battlecopters, we actually didn't get a very good roll there. Battlecopters want to go first. Battlecopters, though, do not heal on cities and headquarters. They have to heal on an airport. And I'm sure Nell's going to interrupt us next turn to mention that. But yeah, the battlecopters aren't healing on this map. This is a transport copter. It's a flying APC that can't supply fuel and ammo. This is a medium tank. It's the biggest tank we have access to right now. It's not the biggest tank, but it's the biggest we have access to. And we've got a couple of the smaller tanks. Medium tanks have a movement of 5 and a vision of 1. We don't have a scenario where the vision's going to matter for a few missions, but it means in maps that are fog of war, it can't really see anything. This also gives you a rough gist of what they're good and bad at with their weapons. I just have practically all of it memorized. Tanks, on the other hand, are a lot more versatile. They're quicker at moving, they have fairly good vision, they can hold more cannon ammo and more fuel. Just aren't as strong. And then artillery, like I said, the hilarious 2-ranged artillery that Max has. Yeah, we're just going to do that in end turn. Yes, I agree. You are very, very similar. You're a lot worse as a CO, but yes, very similar. Yeah, here we go. Nell's about to interrupt Max and say, you know, you can't heal those on this map, and we already know that, so we're going to skip. So it is very tempting to take this transport copter over here and just try and capture the HQ, but if you do it this turn, everything dies. It's a terrible idea. And annoyingly, the way this is set up, I actually can't get my battlecopter to attack this road medium tank. So we're just going to attack the planes one instead. Battlecopters do very well against medium tanks. They don't do a ton of damage to each other, but the battlecopter is a cheaper unit to buy. So that's definitely worth bringing up. Actually, yeah, we'll move it here. Yeah, ideally, you'd rather knock down, I would say, a unit down to a weaker unit than this, but I can't reach from two sides the same medium tank, so that's just what we're going to do. We're going to put a medium tank there because this tank won't be able to do anything to it. We're actually going to move our artillery there because I just want to see if Flat's going to be stupid and is going to ram his tank straight next to our medium tank. And we're not even going to bother moving the transport copter at all. No need. Yep. The AI loves to do this, and we saw it in the last episode, but it loves to run units up even if it has no plan on attacking and just do nothing. Max's 20% bonus, though, makes this a one-shot, which is hilarious. So I just we're just going to do that then. There's no point even using the artillery, because the artillery certainly won't one-shot, especially not Max's. That's a nice one-shot. We're just going to keep chipping away at these medium tanks. That's now effectively useless. How much damage does a regular tank do? 66%? I know this is going to look really weird, but what I'm going to do is chip this down. I might take a hit point on my battlecopter, and I did. Getting a poor roll on the first battlecopter is what caused that to happen. But what we're going to do, because as I will show you, if you use a regular tank against a medium tank, it doesn't even matter if it's a max tank. It's going to do nothing, negligible amount. We're just going to throw our artillery there. Now we can do this, if we want to. Now the artillery will not fight back because it's an indirect combat unit. Notice how much damage it took. I mean, it's on a bridge, so it has no defense, but it's also because it's artillery. But really, I just wanted to show that. And now, if we want to, I mean, we can start capturing the headquarters. Again, really no advantage to doing that over just routing an enemy if you can. That does 25%. That does 55%. So those two together will kill this unit. So that's what we're going to do. We'll use the battlecopter first because it's way superior defense. And then this is going to be a definite kill. There we go. I don't like black hole designed medium tanks. They make me feel uncomfortable, and I'm not sure why. I don't like them. We might be able to take that out with the battlecopter. It'll have to be a fractionally good roll. We didn't get it. Yeah, we left him on probably like 1 or 2%. Not a big deal, but just means we're going to be attacking this unit instead. You can nearly one-shot with a tank against an infantry on the road with Max, which is amazing. We're also going to test the theory that AI loves to attack transport copters. Yeah, there you go. It's a transport unit, so the AI loves to pick on it, and he got a really poor roll on that, actually. And again, we're not even going to bother capturing the headquarters there. We don't need to. We're just going to take out the rest of these units. Easy peasy. I mean, this mission in the tutorial, I think, is just designed to show what Max is good at. It's actually kind of interesting because in the hard campaign, the first Max mission kind of intentionally shows what he's not very good at. So I don't know if we're going to be playing the hard campaign or not. We'll kind of see how it goes. But yeah, that was this mission. Nice and easy. They're still throwing out the ape jokes. And in true bad guy fashion, it's the, oh, this was just a test, this didn't mean anything, you know, etc., etc. And Flak mentions crushing things, because that's all he does, pretty much. Yeah. Now, we're good. We don't need to know how the ranking system works. I've already spoken about it. And there we go. I get another perfect 300. Not a surprise. Like I said, these first 3 missions were all tutorials. I think you're giving Flat more credit there than you should be, Max, but there you go. So yeah, that are the 3 tutorial missions, effectively. What will happen after we get out of this screen, we should actually get a choice of 3 missions. And we do. You're going to notice, though, let me save, there are 5 regions left. This one here, that one up here, and these 3. We're going to go over them all in following episodes. So if you want to see more, happily hit a like or subscribe, you know, whatever you want to do. I appreciate your time and watching as always, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Take care. Thank you for watching the video.